everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Dana with the Data. And I have Miss P. Ray.
Hi, Miss Dana. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, I bring you on to talk about the illegal migrant crises in Chicago and throughout this nation. But I do want to focus on Chicago. There's a lot going on in Chicago. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to get into some breaking news that is happening today. And I want to share this clip right here.
Okay.
It is a wild scene outside an illegal immigrant processing center in Broadville, Illinois. On Fridays, this gets hot. Let's go straight to Garrett Tenney on the ground down there so this can turn dangerous. Garrett, I see that they are arresting some people down there. What's going on?
Yeah, we probably have at least a half dozen or so people that were arrested just in the last few minutes. And this is the regular Friday protest that we have here outside the Broadview ICE processing facility. A couple hundred people that are here. And what happened in the last 10 or 15 minutes, this roadway right here that leads to the ICE facility, it is blocked off. They are not supposed to be standing there. But over 10 minutes or so ago, this crowd started to move into the street to try to block it off from any access going in or out. And that's when these clashes with law enforcement started, when they refused to get out to the sides of the street, these designated protest zones, and some shoving that was involved with the county sheriff, as well as state police that are out here, as well as Broadview police. You can see down here now, Riot police coming down the road. And this is after a couple of weeks of mostly calm out here on Fridays. But this comes after a week of several rulings of judges where these activists out here feel empowered. They are celebrating this morning these rulings that really are complicating the Trump administration's immigration enforcement here. And you can see the riot patrol that is out here now. They're coming and they're securing this area. Gas masks are not out at the time. We know that has been deployed here, though, previously. But tension certainly getting up here high over the last 10 or so minutes.
Look, we pulled back. We can really see the size of that crowd now, Garrett. So as you're narrating this, our live camera on the ground is able to bring more things into view, and I can see him zeroing in now. You mentioned local resources. Look, this is a sanctuary city. This is a sanctuary state. Are you saying that now the local authorities, and they have been cooperative on the perimeter, but are they helping even more today? And that would be out of necessity, according to what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, they've really been trying to walk a fine line here the past couple of months with these protests out here. And local law enforcement, state police has been trying to limit their enforcement to keeping the roadways clear. If protesters get in these roadways and they try to block or impede any traffic, whether that be regular commercial traffic or ICE vehicles, that they will be arrested, they will be detained. So really, it's just been a crowd control effort that local law enforcement and state police have been involved with here, trying to limit that. But as you mentioned, it is a fine line that a lot of protesters have been taking issue with, arguing
that shot at them twice, and they caught him and found out that he himself was an illegal. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people are out of control, and it's very disappointing that the city of Chicago is allowing this to go down, because what it's doing is creating a very unsafe environment for everybody. Now people feel like it's okay to fight the police. There's a video going around of them actually fighting the Chicago Police Department. Since when is this okay? We need to get safety and security back in the city, but what the outcome is going to be is the the National Guard coming to the city of Chicago, which is what they were trying to avoid. But their behavior is attracting them here, and we can't wait for it to stop.
I think with me is, I don't understand. You are defending people who literally came here yesterday illegally, and you are being violent towards law enforcement, right? To protect people who came here illegally. And I've heard that some people who have been here undocumented for some years, for 5, 10, 20, 30 years. However, I look at that. Listen, if they catch you, why haven't you got any type of documentation if you've been here for a decade, right? So I don't feel sorry for those people because you should have did your due diligence. And that does show the breakdown of our system here when it comes to the immigration process. However, you are here illegally. It is against the law. You are being detained. You're not even being arrested. You're being detained and you're being deported. So I think that this is by the hand of the Democrats. They are not publicly saying go out and cause
attack ICE.
Yeah, they're not saying go out and attack ICE, but they're saying that without saying that.
Yeah, so that's exactly what they're doing. They're saying push back, fight back. We don't have to take this. Resist. Since when we start telling people to resist the police? Like, we had a whole movement about not resisting, because if we resist it, you're going to catch some steel to your backs. I don't understand this, Dana. It does not make any sense that our government would be fighting so hard for the third world. But this ties into what I've been saying since we began this relationship, is that the Democrats don't care about the American people. Their priority is the immigrant class. And so because we know that, we just move away from them. That's it. You know, I really want all of these people to go to jail. I want them to be taken straight to the Metropolitan Correctional Center, which is the Fed building in downtown Chicago. Lock them up. Start making some examples out of people. And now they're saying that this judge said that they have to release people that were detained there. And, you know, hopefully that goes to the Supreme Court and those people are continued to be held because they still broke the law. You are not letting people out of Cook County Jail who broke the law under any circumstances. Chicago or Illinois is a no bail state. So if you don't get a bond, or if they don't give you an I bond or something like that, you have to sit in Cook County Jail until your case finishes. So Americans have to sit in the county, but illegals get to come out of jail. This is not right. And we're not going to keep on accepting it. It's not being accepted. And that's why we thank the president for sending us the help.
Yeah, because, it was a judge that ruled that they have to release the 600 people because they're being represented by these nonprofit organizations that are suing the Trump administration, states, you know, local cities and everything. And like you said, because I look at it, because we used to, that's what we had the NAACP for Black Americans suing certain entities when we were being treated unfairly, right? Because the illegals are saying they're being treated unfairly, even though you came here illegally. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, where is the organizations for Black Americans and our justice? You know, whether it's police brutality, we don't have organizations filing lawsuits. You have Ben Crump, but he's just a settlement lawyer. Mm-hmm. So I am kind of taken aback, and I'm like, the audacity of illegals coming here, getting free resources and winning in our court system, and they're not even a citizen here. So that's a major issue with me. What is your governor and mayor saying?
They're supporting this. The governor has been actively putting laws into place to make sure that what's happening right now is happening. We have all type of federal decrees for them. That's why they're getting out of jail, because of a federal decree that wasn't followed. That decree was only supposed to be applied to the Chicago Police Department. So how did it jump from them to the feds? And now we're going to release these people. We have laws on the book, legislation that's come through the Illinois House that protects them. They have been building this wall of protection against the federal government for these illegals for a very long time. This is what we've been talking about, Dana. Now the whole world can see what we were screaming about in 2021, 2022, 2023. Now the bill is due. And we got the mayor who's currently going through budget hearings, and they are trying to pass a budget to still take care of the illegals. I don't understand why they didn't take a pen and everything for the illegals, just draw a pen through every line item that has something to do with them and let ICE do its job. But it's not fair for the taxpayers here to continue to underwrite and subsidize their lives They don't deserve it. That's the long and the short of it. There are American citizens who need real life help. I talked to you about my uncle. My uncle gets $192 a month in food stamps from the state of Illinois. He has Parkinson's, has survived 2 aneurysms, and is fully disabled. How can he survive off of $192 when we got illegals out here who are getting thousands of dollars worth of stamps? This is not right. And we want ICE to be successful. I heard that Greg Bovino left today. I hope that he's coming back. I want him to come back immediately. ICE is still going to be here. Border Patrol is still going to be here. They're going to send more help for us, but something has got to give.
Homeland Security announcing a suspect is in custody now after shots were fired at Border Patrol agents in Chicago's Little Village Saturday. According to officials, the suspect is a criminal alien with prior convictions. Let's bring in Tricia McLaughlin, Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs for the Department of Homeland Security. Tricia, welcome to you, and thank you for being here. What more can you tell us about this individual?
Sandra, as you mentioned, this is a criminal illegal alien from Mexico. This investigation is ongoing, so there's only so many details that DHS can provide right now, but we know he illegally entered the country. He has a past rap sheet within the United States for felony possession of a firearm, as well as illegal and unlawful use of a vehicle. But more details are going to come. This is not the only incident we saw out of Chicago this last week. And we also saw rampant crime and rampant violence against our law enforcement. There were mobs throwing bricks at our law enforcement vehicles, throwing paint cans, others otherwise assaulting law enforcement. And yet, where were J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brand Johnson? Shouldn't they be condemning the assault against federal law enforcement? They've largely been silent, except for Brandon Johnson. We just saw him on X just a few hours ago calling our law enforcement wicked and violent. It's really unbecoming of leaders of the city, especially when we see such unbelievable success out of Operation Midway Blitz. About 6 homicides are down in that city 16% since this operation started. Carjackings are down 78%, and transit crime is down 20%. So I think that the words that J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson are missing are thank you to law.
Yeah, so what is going on, honey? You got the mayor and the governor saying that law enforcement is evil.
Again, they are in on this plan. Illegal immigration harms the Negro the most. So supporting illegal immigration is a form of Negrophobia. We are dealing with Negrophobes. They hate Negroes. They don't like us. Everybody, the whole wide world can see how Black Chicago works very, 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 very hard to get the attention of the President of the United States in order to get federal assistance to get this illegal immigration situation under control. Once we successfully get that, now we have the Democrats starting from their leadership down, trying to get rid of it, trying to say that these people are evil and wicked and they should not be here and they're tearing apart families, when you have not only Black Chicago, but all American Chicago saying they gotta go. It's time for them to get out of here. We can't afford it. Dana, today the property tax bills came out and whoo! Is Cook County pissed? Okay, people.
What are property taxes?
They went up like 40%. Somebody posted theirs went up 80%.
Oh no,
80% because we're paying for them. Dana, we're paying for this. That's the long and the short of it. I don't care about what they're running from. I don't care how long you've been here. I don't care about any of that. You are a strain on the economy of the city, state, and county. You got to go. Get out of here. If you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, leave America, then leave the state of Illinois. Let our people come back home. 250,000 Black people have left the state of Illinois since 2000, and we gained a whole bunch of them. No. You all are going to go where they are so that we can bring our people home. But they don't care about Black people. And that's what I want everybody to get out of this. Every time you see Brandon Johnson defending the illegals, every time you see J.B. Pritzker running his mouth about it, every time you see these Congress people in Chicago doing this, they are directly working against the efforts and success of Black Chicago.
Dana with the data. Dana with the data.